is Sword Art Online Fractured Daydream still worth playing at the tail end of 2025? Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome to the video for Sword Art Online Fractured Daydream. My name is Ventus, and what's good with you? Alright, guys, so I have not loaded into SAO Fractured Daydream in such a long time. I left the game a couple of months ago for a bunch of different reasons, and I went back actually to Sword Art Online Fatal Bullet because I found the game to be a little bit more fun because it had more customization options in the game. But at the end of 2025, I'm going to log in. Let's log in together and see if this game is still worth playing. Alright, so Sword Art Online Fractured Daydream's biggest strength and its biggest weakness is its online capabilities. Now, I predicted this such a long time ago. Where is Yuzio? He's my favorite character to play in this game. I predicted this a very long time ago, that this game was going to live and die by its online capabilities, right? Because you had to, or didn't really have to, you could get bots, but you had to basically play online, and you had to have other people to play with you if you were just doing the co-op stuff, if you weren't doing the single player stuff. So I predicted a very long time ago that if the game was going to die, that there were going to be a hard time getting lobbies to play with people, and it looks like right now in this lobby, these are all real people. It is 10:55 p.m. on the Eastern Standard Time, and this is actually surprising to me to see this many people on the game. Wow. Because usually whenever I would randomly log into the game just to try to make some content, it would be so hard to do this. You wouldn't get a game. You'd have to sit here waiting for a long time. Now, I don't know how many of these are actually real people or bots. I gotta remember how to play the game. This is always so fun to me. Just going in, I hope the audio is okay. Just going in with a group of people and fighting all for the same goal. Just a large group of people. It made it feel like you were actually playing SAO. Okay, I think they destroyed all the bots. Yeah, they destroyed all the bots, so I think now we have to go fight this guy. The level 35 Skull Reaper. Alright, it looks like I'm playing with a bunch of people from Asia, which isn't bad. Looks like I can get a skill. Okay. Yuzio was always my favorite in this game because he mixes melee and magic at the same time, and not a lot of characters do that. And I felt like in this game, Sword Art Online, in the anime, it should be a lot of that. Just characters mixing melee and magic at the same time. Okay, this guy he's losing health fast. Another thing, the reason why I dipped on this game, right, is because I was so underleveled. Like, I feel like the first wave of this game where people were just playing it every single day and they were getting their characters up, and I got burnt out of the game pretty fast. I think I lasted maybe a month and a half on this game. I was playing it on stream, playing with people, stuff like that, and I just got kind of burnt out super quick. And because I got burnt out super quick, my characters kind of didn't get as strong as the other characters, and that created a divide, right? And that's always going to be a problem in these types of games. Like, not to talk about other games, but the same thing sort of happened to me in ESO. Oh, I died. I got killed. Elder Scrolls Online. When that game came out, I might have grinded that game over and over for, like, I don't know, every day for like, what had to have been like 2 months, just grinding it over and over. And once I got burnt out of the grind, doing the same thing, the same quest over and over again, I just stopped playing. And then once I got the itch to play again, I rejoined my friends, but they were all stronger. And a part of that was, like, you had to keep your strength up, right? Because when you get to go do the PvP in that game, you had to be as strong as everybody else, or you were getting mollywopped. So I always felt like I needed to get on the game every day so I could keep as strong as everybody else. And those sort of feelings came back in this game, right? Alright. Not to mention, too, that certain characters that you would want to play as probably were not the best choices to play as. See, like me, I only really liked 2 characters in this game, and that was Yuzio and Alice. Really didn't like Kirito in the game, and that in and of itself is another thing that kind of dissuaded me from playing the game because of the customization options, right? I mean, I don't know if my voice is, let me turn the game volume down. I want to be sure you can hear me. I don't want to have to redo this thing. That's another thing that sort of turned me off of this game, is that the customization options, right? Like I said earlier, I went back to playing SAO Fatal Bullet because you could customize the crap out of stuff, and you could use a sword, you could use a gun, you could use a gun and a sword. You had different weapons, just different weapon options. You could change the way the character looked in so many different ways, and that to me was just so much more fun than just Kirito dual wield, and that's it, right? Now, it would be different if, I guess, Kirito dual wield was always just going to be the thing, right? But for the most part of SAO, Kirito used the one sword, right? He didn't always go dual wield. Okay, I need to take a heal here. It's just so many things that contributed to this game's, I don't want to say weakness, right? But that's the only thing I could think of it as is weakness, is what contributes to the game's weakness. Because there are a lot of things that it could have done differently to just be a better game. Oh wait, this thing's down to its last health bar. Can I ult it right here? Okay, cool. Now, talking about this game's weaknesses, it had a lot of strengths, man. But I still think its greatest strength was also its greatest weakness. And I don't really like that. I hate that I predicted it, and I hate that my predictions sort of came true. But I don't know, though. I mean, I really don't grind it during, like, peak gaming hours. Like, I think peak gaming hours would be, because most of the people that are playing this are adults. So I would say peak gaming hours for this would be 3 to, like, 9. I don't really play the games that much during those hours. I'm usually on other games during those peak gaming hours. So if you play this game during those hours, let me know, man. Does this game still have much of an online presence during those hours? Tomorrow, I'm going to try to create another video and play during those hours. Not gonna lie, I found nothing unenjoyable about anything that I just did during this entire gameplay. This entire, like, 6-minute gameplay of fighting this boss battle. I have a little bit more time for this video. I want to make at least a 10-minute video, so I'm gonna try to play again. What are we getting? Get some drops here. I'll try to do another one. I'm gonna do another one, and I'll go as Alice, my other favorite character. All right, so really quickly, as I'm loading into my next game, this is one thing that I really want to touch on, right? And I know that the game has to justify itself and it has to make its money back, but man, every time that I log in or see anything about this game on social media, it's always about something that you can buy, some extra DLC that you can buy, and I don't really like it. I don't. I didn't mind the Sword Art Online Fatal Bullet DLC, and you just let me know down in the comments how you felt about Sword Art Online Fatal Bullet DLC. You had once a month, you had, or maybe, you know, once every 2 or 3 months with Fatal Bullet, you had a DLC pack that gave you a new area to explore, new characters that were included, and it wasn't just a bunch of microtransactions, right? And I feel like this game kind of went crazy with the microtransactions. And you know what? Now that I think about it, when you're talking about microtransactions, that's probably why they didn't give us a lot of customization options in this game, because they wanted us to buy a lot of microtransactions to make our characters look a lot different. And in other games, I asked for stuff like that, like maybe in Final Fantasy VII Remake and Rebirth, I was always like, you know what would be cool? If they did allow us to get a lot of, like, microtransactions to make our character, what keeps hitting me? If they made our characters look differently or whatever like that. You know, I thought that was pretty good for that game. Because you know, we're all used to the way that the main characters are supposed to look, and they have other different, you know, looks that they could have. I wouldn't have a problem with it on this game, but the microtransactions, too little, and they don't really do enough to make the characters look different, right? Because there's not enough of them. Like when the game first came out, they had a couple of microtransactions that you could get for sure, but those microtransactions, they just, everybody could get them, and you could put the same hat on the same couple different people or whatever like that. Now, I don't have a problem with them giving us DLC characters. I don't have a problem with them dropping DLC, like spoon-feeding us DLC, like maps in like game modes and stuff. I don't have a problem with that, you know? I think that's A-okay fine. But whenever they have this thing where you can get Alice cat ears, that's one of the microtransactions. Or a reskin of their outfit just in a different color. I have a problem with that. I don't think that's really good. But them adding extra characters into the game, that's cool. That's cool. Like, I'm loaded in now. I haven't been on the game for a while. When I was loading in, I saw somebody, they were playing a character from SAO Fatal Bullet, and I was like, oh yeah, that's cool. I think the character name is Pito or something like that. I don't know the character's name. I never really liked the character in Fatal Bullet as much as I never played her, but it was another character with a gun, you know? And I love how they seem to be sticking with this theme of kind of like that last season of Sword Art Online, where they were putting all the different characters that Kirito met in the different, like, games. So you had, you know, Shinon. She was, instead of using her bow, she had a sniper rifle, but she was in a fantasy setting with a sniper rifle. You know, I think it's cool when they continue to do stuff like that. All right, looks like we finished wave or part 1 of this. So let's see. I'll take that. We're fighting some more bots. Now, I'm not gonna hold you. I did record it, but I cut it out. But the wait to get into this was so long. And maybe it's not as long as trying to find multiplayer people to play with in Fatal Bullet, because you're not going to find people to play multiplayer with in Fatal Bullet in 2025. So, I mean, I guess I should just, you know, take the W where I can take the W. At least you are getting people to play online in this game still, because I didn't think you were ever going to find anybody to play online after, like, the first, like, 7 months of this game. I thought it would be dead. So it's still very surprising to see this game be this active this long after its release. I don't know, man. Maybe I come back to this game, because playing it now, this is actually kind of fun. Now, there is another side to this, right? And it falls on me to be an entertaining content creator, right? Because if it doesn't make dollars, it doesn't make sense. Right now, Fatal Bullet content is at least making, you know, 300 to 500 views on this channel, which I'm not like, you know, begging for views or anything like that. Like 500 is not anything, but I'm gonna upload this video and see how it does, see what the likes are at. Man, if you're watching this video right now and you like it, just hit the like button. You know, 30 likes will tell the tale for me. It always tells the tale for me. So if 30 people are watching this and 30 people decide to hit the like button, I'll make more content on this. So okay, it looks like I got an L1 ready to go. Yeah, this animation was always so cool to me. Like, this is the one thing that I really wanted out of an SAO game, was to be able to play as Alice and have Alice do her thing, right? Because Alice was such an amazing character in the anime. Switch. I still wish that I could do a one-armed, not Yu-Gi-Oh, but a one-armed Kirito, and I was always hoping that they might have added him in sometime later, a one-hand or one-hand sword Kirito. I think I mentioned that once before already. Alright, so it looks like this thing is almost dead. Another thing that I really like on this game, though, that I don't think I'm ever going to not like, is the free roam on this game. You're always going to find people to do free roam. When I was loading into this, there was already people doing the free roam, and I was like, man, I want to do the free roam and do that and have fun doing that. I used to do that on stream all the time, because that, to me, was the most fun to do. Just getting a couple people together, grouped up, and just going and fighting a bunch of bosses in the open world. That's so cool. Alright. I've never been top damage at one of these things before, man. And even at the height of this thing, it's because of the type of characters that I pick, Yu-Gi-Oh and Alice. I think AG might be available, might have the ability. Oh my God, I can't talk. Might have the ability to get top damage, because AG is a really fun character to play as well. This is the first game that allow us to play as those other characters too, right? Like, I never in one of these games got to play as Akihiko Kaiba. I thought that was pretty fun. I really enjoyed playing as him whenever I was doing those tutorials on him and showing people like how to use him. I think I might go back next time I play this game and play as Akihiko Kaiba, because he was really fun to use. I remember when I started playing this game again a couple of months ago, I wanted to grind it. I was grinding it by myself, right? I wasn't like talking to anybody. I wasn't like uploading anything. I was trying to get my character stronger so I could just make some videos on it and be like, yo, logged in for the first time, and you know, this is my characters, and yeah, I've been great. And I wanted to make a video like that, but I got super bored like on day 2. Like, I would play for like 2 or 3 hours out of the day, and I just got super bored with it, and I was like, I can't. Because it was just nobody to play with, man, because some of those missions that you had to do, you really had to have people for, or it was just going to be just a really long, boring grind. It looks like I don't get a chance to get into this. Alright, that's cool. I always thought that was a pretty cool mechanic that they added in. It looks like this thing is almost done. Where'd he go? So are you guys, I mean, obviously, people who love SAO games, this is the SAO game, so I imagine a lot of people that are watching this video are still probably playing it. I want to know, man, are you still playing it? If you are still playing it, what's your frequency? Do you play it every day? Do you hop on once a week to play it? Or maybe once a month? Is it still downloaded and you just don't touch it? Like, because I remember some of my friends, they were always coming to me whenever I was streaming other games, and they would keep me updated on their character progress, on what level they got their Kirito to, what level they got their AG2, what level they got there, whatever character 2, right? So what are you guys? Did you guys max your favorite characters out and then stop playing? Or have you maxed out all the characters by now? Is there even a max level in this game? I don't even know. They might just keep adding levels. Whatever the case may be, this game is almost done because we're about to kill this thing. I love games where I just don't die and I can just keep playing and having fun. They made it super easy to play this. You don't have to like log back in and relearn how to play the game. Is that okay? We didn't. My team. I thought that was my team that did it. You don't have to relog into this game and learn a bunch. You can just really spam buttons. It's all pretty simple, pretty easy to do. And I think that is another strong suit of this game, being able to just log in and pick up right where you left off because it's not too technical like the other SAO games. I tried logging in and playing what was that? Alicization, like, or no, bro, I forgot everything on how to do that. Alright guys, so that's going to be it for this video. If you did enjoy it and you want to see more Sword Art Online Fractured Daydream gameplay here on the channel, be sure to hit the thumbs up button. Like I said earlier, 30 likes will tell the tale. Also, leave me a comment down below what you thought of this video. What would you like to see next in Sword Art Online Fractured Daydream out of this channel? My name is Ventus, and thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll catch you next time. Peace out.